Hey there, welcome to VCode's 100 Days of Coding Challenge. Today is day 29 and let's see the question number 2. So the question is, write a Java program that finds the largest sum of any subarray within an array of integers. You will be given an array and your task is to find the maximum sum of a subarray. So function description is given, the return type is int. The name of the function is find largest subarray sum. The input parameter is an array. So the same thing is written here. The output format must be an integer which represents the maximum sum of a subarray. So basically in this question we would be given an array and we need to find which subarray has the maximum sum and we need to print that maximum sum. So what is a subarray? Subarray is a part of array which is continuous subarray. So in this array, let's take the example. So 1 can be the subarray, 1 minus 2 can be subarray, 1 minus 2, 3 can be subarray. But if the elements are not continuous, then it cannot be called as subarray. So that's it. So let's find out the approach to solve this problem. So let's see. So here I have taken a simple array which is minus 1, 3, 5 and minus 5. So today in this video, I'm going to tell you a basic solution which is the naive approach to solve this question. So what is the logic? Just by hearing this question, we need to just find which subarray has a maximum sum and print it, right? So we will just find out all the subarrays and their sums and find out which one has the maximum. So let's write, first let's write all the subarrays for this array. Okay, so firstly we have minus 1. Okay, so let me start from minus 1 and now I will go from minus 1 and 3 and now minus 1, 3, 5. So basically this is just parts of array. So minus 1, 3, 5 and minus 5. So these are 4 subarrays we got when we started from minus 1. So now let's start from 3. So what will we have? So we will have 3 and now 3, 5 and then we will have 3, 5 minus 5. So now let's start from 5. So what we have? 5 minus 5. Now the final thing is left is minus 5. So these are all the subarrays which we got in this array. So let's find out the sums for each subarray. So for this it is minus 1. So the sum of these two elements is 2 and here it is 7. Here it is 8 minus 6, it is 2. Here it is 3, here it is 8, here it is 8 minus 5 is 3, here it is 5, here it is 0 and here minus 5. So which is the maximum here? So here we have got 8. So this is the maximum sum of a subarray from this array. So we have got this by writing all the subarrays. So this approach only we are going to do in the code also. We are going to find all the subarrays and we will firstly declare a max sum variable. So max sum, and for each subarray we will be having a sum variable. So for each subarray we will find a sum and we will compare it with the max sum. If sum is greater than the max sum, then we will update the max sum with the sum value. So by the end of all the subarrays, so we will check for all these, we will compare and by the end we would have got the max sum which is 8. So this is the approach. Now let's write the code. So I have opened the Java file I created. So firstly let us declare the array, int let it be a. And let me take the same array 1, minus 3. So what was the array here? It was minus 1, 3, 5, minus 5. So minus 1, 3, 5 and minus 5. And now I will write the print statement and call the function. So let the function name be sum a. So I'm keeping it short. So let me write the function here, which is method. Static, the return type is int, and the name of the function is sum. Input parameter is a array. So let it be a again. So now it's time to declare the maxsum variable. So maxsum, which we are going to print it at the last. So what shall it be initialized? It can be initialized with 0. But what if all the elements in the array is negative? So maxsum is not, maxsum is anyways greater element, right? So if it is 0, then, but all the elements in the array are negative, then the least negative number should be printed, right? So that means 0 shouldn't be printed. So here I am going to use the first element as the maxsum, and I'm initializing it with it and return this maxsum. So now we are going to write the logic here. So firstly, I'll write a for loop for int I equals 0, I less than a dot length and I plus plus. So we are starting a loop. So this part is for when we have started from 1. Firstly, we have started from 1 and then 1 element, and then we had taken 2 elements, and then taken 3 elements, and then taken 4 elements, right? So that was the first part. And the next time we had taken from 3, right? So that outer for loop is this one. So to iterate through each part. So now in this part I am going to declare sum. So I am declaring here because we need to find each subarray sum. So now we are going to find the subarray sum. So int j equals, so from where is the subarray starting from? It is starting from the I, right? So it will be I and j less than a dot length and j plus plus. So each subarray is starting from the I value, and then its length is depending upon from I till the length till the ending. So firstly we had taken minus 1, then minus 1 3, then minus 1 3 5, then minus 1 3 5 and minus 5. So first time the I is 0, that's why we had started from minus 1. And the second time when I is 1, the j value will be starting from 3. So the subarrays will be starting from 3, then it will be 3 5, and then 3 5 minus 5. So the sum variable, we are only firstly it will be the value itself. So now when we iterate through the subarray, so let's take minus 1 is the first subarray. So sum will be updated by adding with the minus 1 here. So how can we access that? A of j. So the next time the subarray sum will be minus 1 plus 3. So each time we don't need to create a new sum variable, but we are adding to the existing sum variable. And immediately after finding the subarray sum, we are going to update the max sum also with the maximum value of both sum and max sum. So math.max of sum and max sum. So let's suppose we had taken first minus 1. So the sum is 0 plus minus 1, which is minus 1. And what is checked here? Max sum is updated. So first subarray we had got the sum of first subarray. So now immediately we are checking the math.max of sum and max sum. So minus 1 and the first element is also minus 1. So it is max sum as minus 1 only. In the second time, so what is happening? So we are incrementing the j. That means j value is now 1. So we are adding the 3 to the sum now. So what we will be getting? So 3 minus 1 is 2. So now the sum value is 2. Max sum value is minus 1. So now the max sum will be updated with 2. So by the end of this subarray, the max sum value is updated as 2. So like that, for each subarray, we are going to update the max sum, and finally we are going to return it. So now let's run the code and check if it is working or not. So I've opened the terminal, javac max subarray sum.java, and now running it. So you can see we had got the output of 8, which was exactly the maximum element we got while calculating it. So in this video, we had seen a basic approach to this question where we can observe that the time complexity, which is the time to run this code, is big O of n square, because you can see here we are iterating through n times, and this is a nested for loop. That's why it will be n square, which is not very good and not efficient. So in the upcoming video, we are going to see much more optimized solution. Until then, stay tuned and do follow the 100 Days of Coding Challenge by VCode. Thank you for watching.